Is this Scorpio I see? Is this Scorpio who seeks? Hello, sun, rising, moon. Who are you, Scorpio? Either way, you're welcomed. Thank you for joining your 2019 yearly Taroscope, Runescope, Oracle Scope. This is Palo Santo for atmosphere and for just having good vibe. Breathe in, breathe out. As I was shuffling, the energy was very, very focused and determined, and very non-hesitance. Now I'm talking about 2019, right? So who knows if you're already in that vibe or not, but generally I'm sensing you guys are just not taking any more bullshit from anything, from anyone. You are very particular with knowing what it is that you need, want, feel, and you're not afraid to show, say, ask, demand. This could be a very benevolent, positive thing. This could be a very destructive thing. It really all depends on where you channel it and how you go about it. Honestly, Scorpio, I like it. This is the raw aspect of you, Scorpio, and most of your life you've been told to tame, to feel less, to express less, to show less, to be less. Well, you are intense. And now we're starting to be like, wait, what? Why? If a vase is too small to contain me, I don't need to suppress myself. How about I just replace the vase? How about I push and stretch and expand my boundaries to have, say, less boundaries? Who said that there's something wrong with how I do things? Maybe there's something wrong with the perception of people around me. You know what? Again, all depends on who you are and your own specific narrative. This could be you, the ruler of your world, owning your powers and exerting them. And after years of learning how to transmute and control, now that you have attained this self-control, you can allow yourself to potentially be that powerful Scorpio/ego, right? The higher expression of the Scorpio. And instead of stinging all over to protect yourself, now you're just flying away, diving down for brief moments for your hunt to get whatever it is that you need to get at the moment, and then soaring back up. I like this energy. I haven't not looked at the cards. This is from mixing the cards and from, tapping into your energy. Now let's get to it, to 2019. You ready? All right. Rune. Oh, Raido in the reverse. That's okay. Raido in its upright. First of all, it's the letter R, potentially. Second of all, it could signify wrong movements, wrong journeys, wrong timing, wrong people. Meaning you need to be extra careful with whom you're spending your time with, whom you're sharing your resources, your knowledge, your abilities with. Being accurate. Not flying off to danger territories. If you're the eagle now, let's say, stay in your familiar environment. Don't stay on the ground stinging, soar, succeed, but stay in the environment. If you are, and this is intuitive guidance from the rune. Let's see the remaining cards and I'll know the rest, but this might be just for someone specific. If you're considering this year of leaving something that is very meaningful, I would wait. I would try to change my behavior, aka from a stinger Scorpio to a soaring eagle, but not like leaving, soaring above this reading, above this year, above this place, or whatever this is that you might be considering of kind of breaking it down, shattering it all. Don't. That's the dangerous aspect of the energy I was sensing, instead of the benevolent one, the destructive one. No. Hold on. 3 of Cups. Good. I like this. And 5 of Cups. And the Hierophant. Okay. So for those of you who resonate with what I just said, focus on the good things that you have in the specific organization. You might be working for a specific organization. You're a little bit losing your faith in it or something like that. Or you're just not feeling well in it. Focus on the good things that you have there and on the good things that it gives you. Raido in the reverse. Don't break away yet. And also, let's say you have a tempting offer from a different place. Read the fine print. Something is not, I would stay currently anyway, at least, maybe even 3 years. I see 2 to 3 years. Perhaps, again, if this is relevant to you, perhaps 2 years there might be a little bit challenging emotionally. Well, you'll feel sometimes satisfied, sometimes not satisfied. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not good. But in the 3rd year, it's almost like it's going to be all worth it in a way. Now, I know this is a very specific narrative, so bear with me. Also, because of 3 of Cups and the Hierophant and the specific 5 of Cups here in this Celtic tarot, some of you are getting married, or some sort of celebration that has to do with the home or with the family, or an institution. I would not break away from the system at this time, Scorpio. I don't feel like it's the time to do extreme movements. Just what I said in the beginning, combine what you've learned and how to control yourself throughout the years with your new sense of identity and security, and be somewhere balanced in the middle, okay? Because there's a lot of good to enjoy. I love 3 of Cups to symbolize an entire year, because this shows, honestly, that there's more joy than sadness, that there's more celebration than distraught, that there's a really good group of people around you that is very benevolent and supportive, and that the energies are good for you. And I feel like the only one that can stand in your way, Scorpio, is you, and potentially ego. Now, if there are turns of events and shifts, because Raido in the reverse, that's sometimes what it symbolizes, the advice is positivity and maturity with the Hierophant here. Positivity and maturity and wisdom. Also, if some of you are staying at home a lot, a little bit upset, mostly focusing on your work, but other than that don't want to be movable or don't have a lot of energy, the way to go about it is fake it until you make it. See friends, communicate, try to expand your horizons and your social groups. Choose a smile. If you have a choice, choose a smile. Right? So be assertive and express your will with a smile. You'll get a lot more with honey. A lot more with honey. Okay, this is a very interesting beginning. I like this. Well, it's actually some sort of conclusion. But now, are we ready to go to January? Let's start. Let's start this reading, huh? 3 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and the Hierophant. 5, 3, 5. A lot of communication. There's also communication, but it's in the reverse, right? So a lot of communication, a lot of movement, But you have to be very wise about it, because I don't want Raido to be in the reverse for you guys this year. And here's the thing about Raido, it's the wheel. So if it's in the reverse, it can literally turn right back up in a second. So always think for the long term, right? So if things are not looking good at the moment, always remember that it's temporary, and that positivity and good attitude and patience and wisdom and maturity will allow things to shift for the better. Yay! January. The moon. 6 of Pentacles and it's upright. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. I really like it actually, and I will explain. Always happy to see 9 of Swords, I'm sorry, in the reverse. So 9 of Swords in the reverse. Here she's like, boohoo, and here it's like it's over. And she's rising. I really like this. Now this. Okay. Someone here is really rising from the depth of agony. Okay, if someone has been going through a very difficult time or a very long night of the soul that lasted for a while, a transformation that was very difficult, an emotional period of time of distress, maybe even depression. I have here the 5 of Cups. There is a female figure here that was in an emotional pain and challenge with moods. There's a lot of moodiness, up and down. 3 of Cups and 5 of Cups, kind of, you know, mania depressia, like. But the way to go about it, I like that in January I have the 9 of Swords in the reverse, and specifically in this moon card, you see this character, she's standing up to the moon, she's rising above it, as opposed to here where she's sitting down in the reverse. Maybe it's still confusing, maybe it's still unclear, but at least you're standing up and taking control, going out there, using opportunities. This is someone who's going through a difficult emotional time, but does the actions, right? They're doing the actions to step up. It's get up, dress up, show up. Get up, dress up, show up. It's a passage. It's a testing time where you go from, where someone is going from a difficult emotional time to, okay, I'm getting out of bed, I'm getting out of the house, I'm either getting a job or doing something for myself, I'm changing the balance of things. This is also, now this, even though it's challenging and it's like a bridge you need to cross, it's also it talks about the need of strength and endurance. So this shows me that someone is gathering their strength and getting up. You're getting up. And you're doing what you need to do for yourself. You're like crossing that bridge. You're like, I can't stay in this situation anymore. I'm changing. I'm waking up. Some of you throughout January potentially are worried about someone who's distant from you, or away from you. But when I have the 9 of Swords in the reverse with the 6 of Pentacles, that is very generous and benefic. It's good energy. It's like a turn of luck. Like the 5 of Pentacles before 6 of Pentacles is loss and agony. Here I have 2 5s, the Hierophant is 5, and the 5 of Cups is also a little bit of depression. And this is right after the 5 of Pentacles, when the luck turns, where the wheel turns back up. So January is the passage between, you know, the wheel is kind of turning things right back up instead of being in the reverse. And there's the strength that is required. Someone is really gathering inner strength, and they're getting up, and they're creating opportunities for themselves, or Or you might be giving an opportunity for someone to be able to do that, right? But I feel like it's someone that is just, you know, there is help in January. Either someone helping you or you're helping them. And someone is really standing up and they're breaking through their own, they're shining a light on their own fog. They're like, I'm going to see my path no matter what. I don't care if I have to walk in the dark with my eyes closed. I will let my heart shine light on this path and I will make it work for me. And I almost adore this, Scorpio. Your January is inspiring. Good work. Let me know how it resonated with you. Return to this reading every month so you can make the connections. And of course, remind yourself. Okay, this is something very specific for maybe one person potentially. If you were worried about an alleged curse that you've been carrying with you, or an evil eye, or negative energy that has been surrounding you, whatever this is, be it true or not true, be it psychological or actual energetic darkness, I don't know. This month, it's breaking. Whatever this is, there's a breakthrough. You're stepping out of it. You're finding the inner strength to battle off whichever demons these are, whether it be exterior demons or interior psychological demons. You're finding the strength and you're being done with it. 18 is 9 in the reverse. And then we have 6 to kind of balance, and a very positive 6 to kind of balance it. So whatever this fog in your life was about, whatever this this hard lesson was about, this is when you're ending it. I love seeing the 9 of Swords in the reverse with the 6 of Pentacles. It's very poetic. February. Another Hierophant. That's gorgeous. So strong Taurus potentially, or an earth sign. That's high wisdom and guidance. Keys to the Hall of Knowledge. 6 of Wands and Elder of Chalices, which is like the Queen of Cups. And 6 of Wands. Wow, a major step up. So you've transmuted all this emotional confusion to emotional maturity. The Guz, yes. I love how everything resonates. And victory, 6 of Wands. Right after the 6 of Pentacles. The Guz, which can be the letter D. No, these can be the letter N. The Guz can be it's the dawn. It's the new day. This is the sun coming up after the dark nights of the soul, after the moon and the confusion and the Knight of Swords that has flipped. You crossed the passage, crossed the night, and you're in the dawn. Now, the Hierophant is wisdom, is truth, it's knowledge. It's also, again, the institution or things that are, this could be paperwork, contracts, work, organizations, agreements, but there's like a breakthrough. So if this year started confusing or unclear, February brings a lot of clarity and cooperation. So if you felt a little bit this a dissonance with people, or something was non-cooperative or something, February is where you're reaching wonderful cooperation, because you learn how to communicate in a very powerful Scorpio way. This is Scorpio card, by the way. And you have here your opposing sign of the other side of the scale, the Taurus. I love how there's scales here. So you found the earth stability, the being grounded, You've managed to harness the waters of the moon. Right? The moon is a lot of tides, ups and downs, highs and lows. But the earth, the Hierophant, brings a lot of stability and structure and organization to this truthful intuition. There's a lot of intuition. Intuition is very heightened in January, February now. Going into January, intuition was confusing and fear-oriented, but you've managed through it and you've tapped into your intuition, into your actual gut feeling. You're learning to separate between, fears and intuitions. They're both in the stomach. It's in the same place. You've learned to discern, to differentiate between your fears, your anxiety, to your actual intuition. You learn to silence the mind, and follow your higher guidance that is more grounded. February is looking really, really good. There's a breakthrough, there's an understanding, there's cooperation, good contracts, good agreements. It's like when when Rido is really turning back up, basically. Nice job. Not much to say anymore. January demanded more attention, but February we've crossed over. Good, Scorpio. March. 6 of Pentacles. Again, this is fantastic. Okay, I have 2 Hierophants and 2 6 of Pentacles. Wow. Very strong earth. Handling money. A lot of business transactions. A lot of cooperation, a lot of mutual agreements that are now looking better. In February and March, this is looking much better. The Emperor and Justice. Okay, you guys are handling a lot of maybe legal matters, legal affairs. I don't think it's something bad that you're supposed to fear. I think it's something you may have had concern over, but only like technical concern, maybe a little bit of anxiety and pessimism, but things are turning around and looking really, really good. You're either are granted with something that you've been wanting or are giving something that works out. The Emperor and the Justice. Wungo. Okay, yeah, you're succeeding in something. Some of you are getting a permit for something. Some of you, like maybe a construction permit. Some of you are getting a marriage approval or a visa that comes from marriage, something along those lines. You have the cooperation of the dogma of the what's the word, of the system. Okay, you're getting what it is that you wanted. Some of you are either winning. Some of you, if you're in court over something and now it seems confusing, and halfway through January it seems confusing. February, March is looking good. I feel like maybe in February you're getting the verdict that you're good, that you either won or worthy of something, and then you might be getting paid on March. I don't know, something along those lines. Could be a job status, a promotion around February that you've been competing over, and then it's yours, and then you're also getting a raise and recognition. Like, this is really, really good. There is legitimacy, recognition. A lot of stability and security. February and April. The only advice I have to give you is always be on the right side. Meaning, remember what I said here. Don't be angry or hasty. Be patient. Stand for what you believe in. Be truthful. Do the actions that are right, one step at a time, and you're definitely victorious, whatever this is. Cool. April. The Fool. That's a different energy. Wow. The Moon again, and the element of water to support the Moon. Okay. What This is very different energy. Not like in a bad way. It's just, okay, wait, let me look at the room. Kenaz in the reverse. Interesting. Okay. Well, so this is very practical, mundane, established, financial affairs, work affairs, establishments, organization, governments, contracts, all that jazz. And you're coming up real good. Maybe you are in April are so relieved, so relieved that something has succeeded or has ended up well for you, that you feel like you want to take April and just want to focus on your psyche and on your emotional development, on your spiritual development. I have the moon again. I have twice the moon, twice the Hierophant, and twice Six of Pentacles. So balance between earth and water energy. And now it's almost like you feel at ease with inside your own skin, like the water in you that started as the moon, but in a confusing, frightening way. Like, look at the difference between this moon. Sorry. Between this moon and this moon. So this one, it's concerning, right? It's worrying, it's mysterious, it's a little bit alarming. But here, she's the ruler of the moon. She communicates with the moon. She's no longer at its she's no longer submissive to it. She's no longer at its mercy. Now she's working with the moon. She communicates with the moon. So this is control over the here we're scared from our subconscious. Here we're in control over our subconscious in a beautiful way. We're transmuting fear into power. Some of you who had a fear of water are releasing yourself from it some way in April. And some of you are just really tapping into your subconscious and into your deeper mechanisms, but from a more liberated way, a new way, an excited way, a curious way. You're no longer scared. You're feeling free. Something makes you feel really, really free in April, like you can breathe again, like you're liberated. And Kenaz in the reverse, I feel like a very specific way of thinking, being is ending, and you're putting it behind you. I think potentially a state of mind. I think it's a state of mind that is finishing up. And it's like you're welcoming a new state of mind, a new way of communicating with your own higher self, a new way of communicating with your psychology. There's a very interesting new start here around April. Some of you are just becoming financially free. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you've received or won or did that gives you freedom. It's something earthbound. It's something either financial or agreement. This could be relieving yourself from legal matters. This could be receiving permits or visa or travel permit or something like that. This could just be being granted a position that gives you a lot more freedom in your work. So you're more free to express yourself, your ideas, your individuality. Some of you have made so much money that in April you're deciding to quit and just go travel or start a business that is yours, or just explore your senses. This is a very spiritual, interesting month, April, where everything is possible. It's like so much water here, and look, the Fool is like hanging from the tip of the cliff, almost falling into stormy waters, seemingly crazy, but he's smelling the flower and actually not afraid at all, because he's not afraid of the water. The moon is here and the element of water here. It's like, it's a very fearless type of energy, almost reckless, but I'm not getting danger from this. I'm getting liberation. some sort of baggage that you've been carrying with you, Scorpio, for a long time is being released, thrown out. And some of you are literally feeling like you could fly. I don't know. What a great month April is to you. Actually, February and March are not with me. January is also very good. It's just like it's the passage, right? But you're given keys to a whole new world. Now, your mundane world could be looking the same. It's just that maybe you're very different. I don't know. It's like, but it feels big. This is freeing your mind. Your mind is liberated from something. You've touched a core of some sort of fear. You've faced it and you've won. Like you're taking some sort of leap of faith. It's kind of really very pretty. Okay, all right. May it is. Knight of Swords. This is the after Tarot, so it's similar to the Rider-Waite, but a little like a step after. And wow, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Okay, interesting. Now we have 2 10s. He was. Wow, okay. So this is war, but this is harmony. So this is very interesting. Don't jump on it. When I say war, I don't, it's some sort of like conflicted energies or yin and yang, up and down. But then the 10s here, especially these specific 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles is very strong harmony and cooperation. So, okay, some of you, I see someone fighting for someone that they love, like protecting them or something like that, like standing up for them, exerting their power in order to protect the harmony and the family and the peace. Like a very type of heroic kind of energy. And some, which is kind of similar, but from the other side of it, feeling the need, no, it's the same thing actually, feeling the need to defend and protect someone you care about, but you're doing a good job. Like, if it was other cards, I might be a little bit worried, but like it shows me that you're on top of it. There's a lot of strength here. Someone is really fighting for something that they care about or that they love, or I see an archetype of someone fighting for a woman, like to help her with something or to defend her from something. I don't know, I'm not sure, but this could be an archetype, so take it as an analogy. But also for those of you who are getting married, okay, or stepping up in your, because I have so much Hierophant in here, and now I have the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. So I see marriage life here. And I see someone protecting their loved ones. Now, I don't necessarily see danger, because this is a very strong card of, you're succeeding in what it is you're doing. And he was showing me that you have the power and you have the tools to do whatever it is that you need to do. This is probably the time of year where you need to exert that strength that strength of will I was talking about in the beginning, and being focused and not taking any bullshit from anyone. Because once someone, threatens, and again, it's an analogy, don't take it too far, but once someone threatens the thing that you love most, then, the raw animal comes out in you, and you're like, nuh-uh. You want me to be back, Scorpio? I was an eagle, I was flying around, I was all lovey-dovey. You really want me to go back to stink? And some of you have some conflicts within the home. So if you tend to have like bickerings or fighting, you know, like, I would advise to control your communication, to not say things you might regret around May. Like, be mindful to the big picture, to how much you love the person, be a partner, be a family member, and control yourself. Harness your anger. You can be very, very brutal. You can say something very mean, or someone can say something mean to you. So I recommend practicing breathing and not immediately drawing the sword. If this is someone close to you, if this is someone threatening you or your situation or your peace, then yeah, take out the stinger. But not within the home. Choose your battles, choose your enemies, kind of thing. The person in front of you that loves you and that you love is not your enemy. And we all are going through some hard times, but be careful with your communication. And that was May. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. There's great joy at home, you know. It's very strong family life. June. 8 of Cups. The Empress and the Magician. And Ooze. Okay. I'm feeling like someone is staying home to tend for the home, for the family, for the children, while someone else goes and manifests and creates and get to express themselves and get to do, you know, to fulfill themselves. And I feel like both are doing really well what it is that they're doing. But it feels like there's so much focus. Each of you is focused on something, on whatever it is that you're focused on, that it feels, you feel a little bit distant from each other, right? Like maybe someone is working too much or away a lot, and you're feeling a little bit of distance between you and them. I feel like, let me translate it into a clear cognitive thought for a second. Some of you are missing family members. I can't explain it. Like, you're contemplating on home and or where you come from. And you know, the reason you're away, for some of you, those who resonate with this, is because, you know, you're creating, you're working, you're doing, you're doing well, but it comes with a price, of course. I feel like it's temporary, and there's a need to, okay, someone is also daydreaming about someone from their past. That somehow has reminded them of their existence in a way. I'm not sure how. But everything is still very much okay still. June. That was June. Look, to have the Empress and the Magician, that's a very powerful, vital energy. It's a very creative time, a very strong time. I'm not sure what it is that inside makes you a little bit missing out on someone, missing out on something. So you're focusing on what it is that you're doing, on your work or on your creativity. But there's a lot of self-reflection. And a lot of, I think maybe it's someone that has left when you were very little, potentially. Or that you haven't seen in a long time. And suddenly, around June, there's a lot of thinking about it, or reminiscing, or missing. Sorry, one second. Got a text. But it's still a very safe, positive time. Like, I feel like there's something inner. So I wonder, when you come back in June, let me know what it was about, okay? July. 5 of Pentacles. Maybe it's connected. Let's see. 10 of Wands, which is the third 9, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay, this is very interesting. 9 of Pentacles is very abundant. There's a lot of money and stability and independence. And 5 of Pentacles is like the opposite. So let's figure this riddle. Teal in reverse. Okay. So there is a loss here. I'm not going to lie. Okay. In July, there is a certain loss. I'm not sure that it's something, because I keep having the support of strong cards. It's almost like okay, this is a very particular possibility for very few of you. It's like a very small narrative. I'm sorry, like a lot of you may not relate because it's very specific, and these are general readings, right? But there might be someone that can't control their money. So maybe someone is spending too much, on the home or on themselves or on their independence, or they're taking too many loans, or like when you pay for great things but you do credit, you don't necessarily can afford it, so you divide the payments into credits. And someone might not be aware of what it is that they're doing. Like they might be irresponsible, unknowingly even, which causes some loss and some troubles. So if it's you, be careful of that in July. And if it's a significant other, give them the talk with love and explain to them how money works, that it doesn't grow on trees. And it needs to be, I feel like someone is overspending or making wrong decisions with money to have seemingly a good life, but then there's actually not a lot of money and they're maybe drowning in debt or something like that. This doesn't have to be you. This could be someone in your life. And if it resonates with something that can be in your life, like a significant other that might not know what they're doing with their money or spending too much, I'm advising you, there's a long time until July. Whatever money you owe, pay it now. Do not wait on debt. Whatever bills you have to pay them on time. Always be conscious of what you have in the bank and what you can spend. Try to ease any sort of debt immediately, because here there's money. You see, we have 2 6 of Pentacles, and now we're going down to 5 of Pentacles. So maybe around April, May, we've done something a little bit reckless because we were a little bit too happy or too arrogant. We decided to spend a lot of money, take a risk, spend it on some sort of an investment for the home, for the family. Do not be tempted to buy a home that is way above your abilities just because you're trusting future money. The system in America is very specific, okay? This whole credit thing. People live a lifestyle that is way above their actual ability because they constantly take loans from the bank, which is credit, okay? That's the meaning of credit. You just divide payments and you trust that you will pay it in the future. But you never know what tomorrow brings. And then when you lose track of things, and then everything is credit, 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 you might not even know that you're spending way above your abilities. So if you're watching this now, then do your learning now. And if you're feeling high and mighty because February and March are bringing something great, in April and May, please be smart about it and don't overspend, because sometime in June you're starting to feel like something might be, and then July, like, yep. Now here's a completely different narrative. Everything is fine financially. You're actually all happy, lovey-dovey, and safe. But someone, you know how when rich people are miserable? Of course, not everybody, but when you have everything money-wise and you're very, very secured and safe, but you feel empty inside, like maybe your inner world is not developed, or you feel lonely, or you feel like someone you love is away from you and always constantly on their work and not, you have everything you thought you ever wanted, but it doesn't feel right, okay? So work now to fill yourself up so you won't feel it a lot in July, okay? These reads are not just to tell you how it will be and then that's it. It is what it is. No. It's a compass. It's to show us and then allow us, give us the opportunity to embed, okay? So if we know that there's a risk of that, we can fill ourselves up now or not take too crazy risks. Like, don't buy that third car, okay? Don't buy that mansion. Invest, save, or go study something that fills your heart. Meet new people, meet new friends to, There's a certain also vibe of apathy, like, okay, I have everything, I achieved everything, now what? Now what? Tir, this is also, Uruz is the letter U in case I didn't say it. Tir can be the letter T. And it's in the reverse, show lack of ambition, or a sense of loss or emptiness. So it just connects. So fill yourself up. August. Knight of Wands, vibrant energy. I already recognize the rune, Ehol, because of the shape, specifically in my set. It's the empty rune, the rune of the fates, the things that we don't know, and can't control. 10 of Swords in the upright, and Initiate of Wands in the reverse, which is the Knight of Wands in the reverse, and here we have him in the upright. Okay. Wow, okay. Knight of Wands in the upright, Knight of Wands in the reverse. 10 of Swords and weird. Something that has happened around, whatever it is I'm describing here, might be reminding you of how things were, the things that you've managed through or won through or pushed through. But what this is reminding you of is that it's over. This is the 10 of Swords, not the 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Swords was in the reverse here. Also, for some of you, for very few of you, someone might be leaving or you're leaving. There's a certain, someone is just kind of hastily just leaving a place. If you're a woman and you don't know what your husband is doing with the money, and you're not sure you're trusting in them, like, you will know, of course, if your husband is great and you're trusting in them and all that jazz, and it's okay. But if something doesn't feel right with their behavior around this time, maybe someone is overindulging, gambling, losing money, and you think everything is fine. And you're not conscious of that fact, and then it all comes into light, and then they try to escape responsibility or something. So if something like that feels like it resonates with you, and guys, please don't try to force this and start fearing and like, oh my God, I don't know. You would know if, like, it's something that whoever is resonating with this would really, really know what I'm talking about. Don't turn a blind eye. That's what I'm saying, okay? So I want you to ease yourself by trying to see it earlier, or preventing it, or saving money for yourself for if, you know, if things comes to worse, then you'll have something to rely on. Right? Do it right now. If things are going good in February, March, save money. What you're making, save a little bit if you don't trust your counterpart. And if someone leaves, let them go. Because, I mean, if someone is behaving this way, very irresponsible, very hasty, very mad, let them go. It's about time. This could be something that some of you were just ignoring, and were turning a blind eye just for peace, and because you didn't want to, you wanted to insist that it will work or something or whatever. Oh, they'll be better. Oh, they'll change. Oh, this is when, like, the universe is like, no, see, some things cannot be changed. If you're doing this, if you're being irresponsible, spending too much money, or gambling, or being a little bit crazy, or maybe not very positive inside the house, if hard times are coming and then you're not controlling your communication and you take it out on the people who are more closest to you the most, you should know this will return to you. Do not do it. Control yourself. Go get therapy. Go seek counsel. Yeah. Not like this. Sorry guys, I have to say it as it comes, you know? If this doesn't resonate with you, watch your other placements. Remember? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I like to watch my Mars and my midheaven as well. And I always watch my opposing sign. I don't know. Okay. September. 5 of Wands. Good. I'm actually glad to see it after this. I'll explain. Novus of Swords in its upright, and Initiate of Cups in reverse. So, like the Page of Swords up, and the Knight of Cups in reverse, with the 5 of Wands. Okay. So, truth comes to light about something. Lagas laying down. It's not in its upright. It's not in the reverse. It's laying down like this. Okay. And we have a female water energy in the reverse, and all right. If you're a feminine, or you're the energy that has discovered a truth about something and has been feeling a little bit like at a loss, or like were hurt by someone or deceived by someone, everything that came to light around this time, around the third quarter of 2019, you're really holding through it. Seeing this 5 of Wands, yeah, it's the quarrels and battles, but everybody's sitting down and he's the last man standing, right? Managed through. Fought a good fight. I feel like this is the end of the illusion. No more disillusions, no more lies, no more hide and seek. You know things for what they are. If there were secrets, they're now, you can't, you know, you learn the truth about someone or about something, and it's hard for you to take, but you're still holding your strength. You're just like, you understand inside of you that it's a temporary setback for you, that you can go right up. Okay? Just don't let yourself turn in the reverse, like in this Knight of Cups, because this Knight of Cups is the female aspect and she's in the reverse, and I don't like that. Now, this doesn't have to be a feminine and a masculine. This could be just the energies. But I do feel like a feminine energy has been lied to or deceived in a way. And this is when the feminine energy is stepping up and like acknowledging the truth and facing it, and not, you know, not believing lies anymore. So if this is a situation where someone is gambling and lying or have an addiction or drinks too much, for example, you're no longer allowing it. You're no longer forgiving towards it. You're really starting to wake up and smell the roses and starting to take ownership and control over things. And this could also be the individual that did all the mess trying to come back and fix, or convinced that he can do better, that wants to try better. Each story to its own. I can't give a general reading to tell you if they're really changed or not, but I need your eyes to be open. Wide open and aware. Don't allow anyone to play you, to convince you to play on your emotions. Be Lagas in its upright. Lagas in its upright is a very strong aspect of the water element. It's like the Wonder Woman, the female warrior. It's sea warrior. My name Morgaine actually means that. Morgaine is either a sea warrior or a water fairy, something like that. So yeah, be Morgaine. Own up. Take control. Open your eyes. Don't let anybody fool you. And if it's you, dear Scorpio, that is doing all that jazz, oh, I need you to wake up much sooner, because it will hurt. There will be consequences for your behavior. Don't shoot the messenger. This is me trying to help you. I am helping you. If you'll listen to my advice, you will prevent yourself a lot of drama. Remember the slider in the reverse? I want it to be in its upright, and it's your choice. It really all depends on your actions. I want a little bit more Palo Santo. There we go. Are we ready for October? You guys are ready for everything. Yes! King of Pentacles. I love it. Here's that Taurus. Owning our strengths again. The High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles. Again. But it's okay. The High Priestess is also like Lagas, but in its upright. Like the strong feminine wisdom. Feho in the reverse. Okay, guys, I'm not one to give negative premonitions and then that's it. I believe from experience, from what I believe in and in my life, that, and from my work with the cards, which is more than 13 years now, and intuitive guidance even before that. If the cards are showing it to us, it means that now we have a choice and we can do something about it. I see a loss here again, potential a loss of a home. So for those of you who invested in a home that is way above your abilities, or took a very big loan, or took a very big risk, like invested in some property that you can't really afford, this is when it's going to scheisse. Excuse my language. Someone might be signing, what you call it? If they're unemployed, that they go and sign in the, to get government benefits. But here's what I do like about this, and it might sound weird. Someone here is taking responsibility. They're like, okay, this is what has happened, and hopefully it won't happen, because hopefully you will see this reading and you'll make different choices. And then it will be a completely different reading and you won't resonate with it at all. And you'll be like, oh, Morgaine was wrong. No, Morgaine told you what to do. You listened to Morgaine, and then none of this bullshit happened. So Morgaine was very much right. Never mind. Someone admitting to their mistake, understand and knowing what it is that they need to do right now to fix. So maybe you're selling that property that was way above your head. Okay, maybe you strike a certain deal with that partner that now you can't pay them, but they're helping you in like agreeing to release a certain obligation or whatever. And maybe some of you, if you're partnered, one of you has been working really, really hard. The other wasn't bringing money home and was just staying home. And now that times are hard, then that person is like, okay, now I'm going to go get a job and help support this family. Because I understand now that money doesn't grow on trees. Okay? There's a sense of responsibility being taken now in October. The High Priestess, you know, it's secretive, but now it's wise with this combination. November, happy birthday, Scorpio. 3 of Swords, but this is a different 3 of Swords than in the deck. This is actually a 3 of Swords that I like. Notice that the swords are out of the heart, and the heart is wrapped with bandages and is healing, okay? The swords are out. The difficult time is over. I'm sensing it. This is when you're taking responsibility in October. Look at that. Amazing. Elder of Pentacles and 2 of Wands. Beautiful. Here we have the King of Pentacles and it's upright. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles and her upright. And we have the 2 of Wands, a new start, new energy. Manaz, wonderful. Okay, so if you were going through some hard times together, this is when you're really taking control over things, taking control over yourself, over your situation, and working diligently with a new perspective and a new attitude to fix it. And your manaz could be the letter M, also could be the letter D. It's just working together and succeeding. It's a group effort. And the Queen of Pentacles, especially right after the King of Pentacles, now there's cooperation, there's working together. Another Taurus on the table. So there's an earth sign that can be very helpful for you in this time, very supportive. Like a rock in your life. Or maybe it's you stepping into this energy, Scorpio. For those of you who've left a partner that messed you up, this is now you mending your wounds and really stepping into your divine feminine strength. Like Legacy was laying down, but here it's like you see this woman. We have the Queen of Pentacles really in her power stance, taking responsibility for her life. The 2 of Wands, she's like starting a new journey, mending a broken heart. So for those of you that it was a relationship gone south, that you've discovered certain things and now you're like, no, I'm done. I'm building my own stability, my own ground. Now, because it's right after the King of Pentacles, this could be either or. Guys, these are general readings. You might stick together through this. You might choose not to. This is each to your own and your choices. But know that there's a very strong sense in October, November of taking responsibility, re-owning your life. And I see stability. It's okay. Whatever this is, it's very mendable and doable. Someone is opening their eyes and changing their behavior. And now healing from it, but are now very educated. The 2 of Wands, you've learned. In a way, I kind of like it for you guys. I can't explain it because remember how I started this reading by talking about your strength? Oh, and by the way, the Gaz here is right above Manaz, and Manaz is the Gaz and it was together, and the Gaz is right here. There's an inner journey of a breakthrough. You're breaking through your own mechanism. Scorpio, in this year, you're learning some lessons. If you haven't learned them here, it's like here you're given an opportunity to do things differently. And in April, you either choose to be responsible with your luck and then do well, and then all of this I feel like might not happen at all. Or you'll take a silly risk, be over-arrogant, self-indulgent, gamble, spend too much, be reckless, and then shit will start going south. I feel like this is this is a real turning point. April, it's a choice. So please come back to this reading and remind yourself. Watch it every day in April to see what it is that is presented in front of you, what choices you have, and then make always the right, responsible choice. December! 6 of Cups, beautiful. And this is another 6. Yeah, love prevails. And then the Tower and 6 of Swords, another 6. Okay. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Some of you are taking the kids and getting the fuck out of somewhere. You already, if you're watching this, this will not come as a surprise. If you're married to someone, you've already sensed it, you've already known it. Maybe you've turned a blind eye, maybe you've ignored it, but then it won't change. It will just keep showing itself, and then it will, if you will keep ignoring it, then it will take away your, you know, your savings. Don't, if you have a partner that is either have addictions or gamblings or very bad behaviors, don't keep putting money into them. Don't keep believing in them. Take care of yourself for as long as you can. Put money aside to save. Go get a job right now. If your husband is like this and you're not working, go get a job right now. Today. Some of you, very few of you, are living a very destructive mechanism. Some of you are taking the kids and going back to your parents' home or something like that. You're leaving the ruins behind. If in here, let's say you managed to escape something difficult in January and you've had a really good, great start in February, March, and then in April, May, comes back the idiot and convinces you, kind of plays on your strings and convinces you to return to them, and then you make the mistake of leaving this good opportunity behind and going back to them, they haven't changed. No, I'm talking about a destructive mechanism, not about a sweet guy that for a little bit didn't know what he wanted, but then now he's like wanting to try for real. Don't be extreme. I'm talking about, this is very clear. This is like destructive mechanism of someone that you're aware of, okay? It's not a question. You're listening to me, you know this is for you. Not all of you, just some of you. If this doesn't resonate, please watch your other placement. I've and specifically just for that, made a really, really, really affordable option to have all 12 videos in like less than a third of a price. So watch your other placements. This is for the year. This is for the entire year. You get back to this reading every month, okay? I'm really trying. I've created this structure to give you really good mechanism, and I'm not lying to you. I'm showing to you as it is because I want to help you in case you need help. So if this is your situation, save money now, get a job now, make right, smart choices now. Either way, you're not finishing 2019 with this motherfucker. And if you're the motherfucker, then the person with you is not going to stay if you continue this way. You can't keep indulging on this behavior. You will lose your kids if you do that. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. If you're destructive, they need to be safe. So good. But I don't think you're my seeker. Why would you be destructive? You're amazing. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And a lot of sixes. The reason it's so hard for some of you to let go of this person is because it's a soulmate. All souls are beautiful and pure, but not all people. We come here with different challenges and karmas, and we make different choices. We come here with free choices. So maybe, yeah, maybe this person is your soulmate. But if they keep hurting you and they are destructive, it's not a soulmate you need to choose to be with, right? Disclaimer, don't sue me. Whatever you do is your responsibility, blah, blah, blah. Signed, thank you. Not all soulmates are forever. Not all soulmates are benevolent people. Everyone is someone's soulmate. Are all people great? No. Learn thy lesson and move on. Some of you will have a past soulmate, different one from the destruction one, come back into your life and offering you to come with them or something like that. It's also an option. If they feel soft and mellow and loving and safe, do it. But regardless, take care of yourself and save money and stand up on your own 2 feet. Okay, I pre-shuffled. Let's get these babies back. Yeah, in this very specific narrative, someone is all, is like going out and partying and being destructive, but then comes and tells you all the right things and bullshits you. And around this time you're waking up. I hope you'll wake up sooner. All right, I pre-shuffled the Akashic records, focusing on Scorpio 2019, and now I'm going to take the upper card. Wow, I'm so happy to see this. Oh my God. One of forces, the Akashic field. Perfect. Let's read. I think it's like, I think it's a very good one. Let me see. Bear with me, please. There it is. One of forces, the Akashic field. Like the Akashic field, the aurora borealis flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic field. All information, power, energy, and experience vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. Receiving this card upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with universal synchronicity now, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in this pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic field and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make them happen. I love it. This reminds us of our free choice, of being in an endless field of Akashic records, of unlimited knowledge that is there at our disposal, and we can take control and charge of our life. Scorpio, do it. Be your awesome self. You're so strong. Make the wheel of Raido, the wheel of fortune, be upright, not in the reverse. Take smart choices every step. Remember how divine and amazing you are and how much you're worth. Also pre-shuffle the I-Ching. Now let's see what is the upper card. 34. Okay. Let us read. 34. The Chuang, the power of the great. Above thunder, below heaven. Thunder in heaven, respecting the established order. The power of heaven is heard in the voice of the thunder, which proclaims its vastness. The populace is compelled to obey what cannot be changed at present. Thus are tyrants raised to power by the oppression of dissenting voices. But those who rule with justice may engender obedience born of respect. Okay, so for those of you who are messing up, this is reminding you that you can control without control, with respect and not fear. For those of you who are having someone in your life doing that, it reminds you of how beautiful and eternal and capable you are and how much you're worthy of. Wow, Scorpio. I didn't expect this reading, and I can totally understand that it will not resonate with everybody. I'm sorry you understand that, this is what someone needs most. The energy focused on someone who's listening to me right now who really needed it. So please watch your other placements. Thank you for being here. If this resonated with you, I'm with you. We got this. We got this. Do good. Be good. You'll have good. And you're on Vimeo, so you can watch Tarot Masterclass if you want to learn about tarot. It's right here, link below as well. Or you can just write down Tarot Masterclass and we'll find it. Link to book a private reading with me. It's now on a much easier practical platform, so the booking process is much better for everyone, including myself. It's safer and easier. So please feel free to book a read with me. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year. Return to this reading. You have it for the entire 12 months, every time you need guidance and reassurance and reminder. I love you, Seeker. You rock. You're beautiful. What else? I feel like there's something else I want to say. I want to light Palo Santo in your honor and for your protection. With this, I'm sending you guidance, light, protection, and a small prayer to take with you for difficult times. Turn black into white. Return the bad, keep the right. All is good, all is safe. Black is white, everything is right. Amen, so mote it be. You're safe, my lovely seeker. Just make it happen.